I wasn't expecting to see him. He definitely wasn't expecting to be seen. Oi! Stay right there! The voice cut through the low murmur of the queue like a starter's pistol. I looked up. A few people ahead, a guy had just stepped sideways, barely a meter out of line. But security must have thought he was skipping ahead. The guard pointed with two fingers like he was calling in an airstrike. The guy froze, palms up, awkward, too wide grin. Something in his expression flickered, embarrassment maybe, or panic, dressed as charm. That's when I recognized him. Justin. He'd seen me first. That much was obvious. He tried to drift away before I could spot him. Smooth exit plan ruined by a high-vis vest and bad timing. When I caught his eye, he smiled again, smaller this time, like he was bracing for something. Justin? He nodded once, looked around like he might still find a hole to disappear into. Didn't expect to see you here, I said. Yeah, same. Long time. Then nothing. He didn't offer a follow-up. Just rocked slightly on his heels. We inched forward with the line. A few seconds passed. Long enough to register that he wasn't going to ask how I'd been. I filled the silence. You still working at, was it Teledyne? Nah, left last year. Just doing contract stuff now. His answers came pre-shrunk, compressed, airtight, and inoffensive. Oh yeah? Nice. Another shuffle forward. The woman in front of us was digging in her bag, muttering about paperwork. Still with... I gestured vaguely, not saying her name. Yeah. And then nothing again. The air wasn't tense, just hollow. Like both of us were pretending we were too grown up for awkwardness, even though it was leaking out the sides. I didn't miss him in that moment. Not yet. But I remembered that I used to. We kept shuffling forward in 2-minute bursts. Half step, pause, half step. So, I never got the full story, I said eventually, eyes ahead. What actually happened with them? He breathed out through his nose. Not quite a sigh, not quite an answer. I don't know. Just stop talking, I guess. Right. I gave it a few moments. Then I let it sit. Then, was it about that dinner? That weird argument about the oysters? He shrugged. Could have been. Honestly, I don't even remember. Bullshit. I remembered. And if I remembered, he definitely did too. Another step forward. I always thought it was strange how suddenly it all went cold, I said. No message, no nothing. Yeah, he said. I guess life gets busy. That one landed with a dull thud. Remember when she said her stocks tripled over the weekend? He laughed. Short, automatic. Like he didn't know whether I was joking or not. Which one was that? March 21. She said she bought some AI thing on Thursday, and by Monday morning it had tripled. Ah, yeah, I think I vaguely remember that. Tripled, I repeated. He smiled at the ground, scratched behind his ear. I don't know, maybe it did. It could have. She's pretty switched on with that stuff. That was generous. Calling her switched on was like calling a toddler tactically aware. But I didn't push. Not yet. You ever look it up? I asked, just out of curiosity. Nah, he said. Didn't seem worth the argument. That was the first true thing he'd said. And for a second, I could picture it. Her spinning some ludicrous number. Him nodding along like a hostage reading a ransom note on camera. And then there was that story about that guy in Shanghai, I said. Remember that one? Justin blinked. Which one? The one who flew her over for a private consulting job after watching her speak on a panel at FinTech Asia. The one she had to turn down because of scheduling. His mouth twitched. A micro smile. Oh yeah, that. That panel she mentioned. I never found any trace of it. Yeah, I think it was invite only or something, like a niche event. Right. Another half step forward. It's impressive though, getting scouted internationally from a local lunch talk. Happens all the time. Yeah, he said, quieter now. She's got a presence. We both stood still for a moment, looking at the same laminated poster about online lodgement. Can I ask? I started, still looking ahead. When she says stuff like that, what's your move? He turned slightly. What do you mean? I mean, you're sitting there, right? She drops one of those bombs, Shanghai, or tripled stocks, or whatever. Do you just go along with it? He looked off to the side, somewhere vague, potted plant near the service counter. I guess so, he said. I mean, it's not hurting anyone. Sure. And if I challenged everything, we'd never stop arguing. That's fair. I just try to keep the peace. That was it. That was the whole thesis. Keep the peace. Not, is it true? Not, what's real here? Just, will this cause friction? No? Then smile and nod. And I think that's when something shifted. Not because I was judging him, but because I'd been missing him. And now, I wasn't. Do you ever ask her why she does it? He blinked. Does what? You know, I said. Says things that probably didn't happen. He gave that tight-lipped, shrugging half smile again. I don't know if it's intentional. She just tells stories. Sure, I said, but everyone tells stories. This is different. He looked uncomfortable now. Not defensive, just tired. Like someone being asked about a relative who drinks too much at family weddings. She just likes to sound interesting, he said. I guess. Interesting, I echoed. A silence opened up between us. We moved another half step forward with the line. Does it ever worry you? I asked. What do you mean? Just, I paused. If she's willing to make up a Shanghai invite or triple her stocks for casual dinner chat, what happens when she needs the story to be about you? He didn't answer straight away. He didn't nod. He didn't even breathe. I mean, I continued, softer now, does it ever cross your mind that one day she might say something about you that you know isn't true? He exhaled. Long. Like it had been building up without him realizing. I try not to think about that. Yeah, I said. Probably best not to. That landed heavier than I expected. We both stood there, eyes ahead, like two people waiting for an elevator that had already passed our floor. After that, we didn't say much. The line moved again, a few more steps, closer to the counter now, close enough to smell the laminate and hand sanitizer. He checked his phone, tapped the screen, locked it again. "Well," he said, not looking at me. "Good to see you." "Yeah," I said. "You too." We stood there a few seconds longer. The kind of pause where one person should ask for a number or suggest grabbing coffee sometime. Neither of us did. He edged forward to a now free counter. Didn't turn back. I watched as he spoke to the staffer. Something about forms, nodding along, smiling that same smile. The one that meant nothing really. Then he stepped aside, walked towards the exit, and disappeared into the crowd. No wave, no goodbye. No sign he'd even been there at all. And just like that, whatever it was I'd been carrying lifted. It wasn't dramatic. There wasn't a snap. Just a quiet sense of, oh. I'd been holding space for someone who was never really going to show up. And now, I didn't have to anymore. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your support helps me create more content just like this. And if you're in the mood for more, check out these videos coming up right here.